Man, it don't get any better than this.
Well, this week we're heading to one of our favorite places. And I know if you watch Turkey Hunter TV, you've seen us hunt here quite a bit, the Four Seasons Ranch. We've hunted here for about 6 years now, and it seems like every year it just gets better. And Mike and Stuart of Indian Creek Shooting Systems are coming out here with us again this year. Stuart's bringing his son Zach, so we're looking forward to getting there, shooting the guns, and getting after some of these Rios at Four Seasons Ranch.
Turkey Hunter is brought to you by Browning, the best there is.
Well guys, it's that time of year again. It's springtime in Texas. We've been here for the past couple of days and we've killed some turkeys at another place, but we're heading to one of our favorite places right now, the Four Seasons Ranch. It's gonna be a fun trip. We got Mike and Stuart at Indian Creek Shooting Systems gonna meet us here. Reno's behind us, and we all got turkey tags. So let's get here and get after some birds. Well, we get to the lodge and we get settled in, we get unpacked, and next thing to do, we grab our shotguns and we head to the range. Well, we just rolled into camp at Four Seasons. Everybody's here, the Indian Creek guys, Mike, Stuart, and Zach. What did y'all bring to shoot?
I'm going to be shooting first the Browning Maxus. It's a 12 gauge, what you reference as the cannon.
The cannon.
3.5 inch Apex number 8, 2¼ ounce load. And I'm shooting it through an Indian Creek 665. And I kind of chose that because we can shoot at close or long range and we have no problems with it.
Yeah. I say it'll do. You just make sure you have your decoys out there about 35.
Yeah. But we also brought the 20 gauge and the 410. And hopefully I can get one shot with the 410.
I'm very excited to see how those shoot.
Yeah.
Especially at that distance right there.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
One thing you always want to do is when you get in a hunting camp, when you drove a long ways, is to shoot your shotgun, make sure everything's right before you get after these turkeys. And that's what we're doing. So we're just going to take some time, get everything dialed in, make sure everything's still on, and get after some turkey.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm very excited about it. I
Let's
can't wait.
Let's see what this cannon will do.
All right. I believe I center punched that.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty
Look
good.
at all the hits in the vitals.
It's about right here. So, man, you are dialed in.
40-yard pattern.
Ready to go.
All right, Zach's up next. And what are you shooting, Zach?
BPS 20 gauge, and I got some Apex straight 9s and we'll shoot out of it. Indian Creek 555.
555.
We're gonna see what she does.
All right. Well, I say you're good.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
You're good to get after a turkey. That's amazing. And so it's 20 gauge.
Yes, sir.
Now, why do people prefer a 20 nowadays?
Well, nowadays, I mean, you got the patterns that you get out of 12 gauge, 3.5 even, at 40 yards with 20 gauge. You don't have the recoil, and you still got the distance.
Lightweight.
Lightweight, you can run through the brush if you need to.
I'm impressed. Well, Stuart's up next. He's shooting his 410. What model do you have here?
This is a Browning BPS, and if y'all followed Turkey Hunter TV last year when we came to South Texas, I had purchased a 28 gauge, and that was our intro to the sub gauges and the 28. So this year, I went ahead and bought a 410 model and topped it with a Vortex I got her dialed in with an Indian Creek 380. Now I want to tell you a little bit about the 410s. They are very finicky. So what you really want to do, Russell, we make a 380, 385, and a 390. Now I've got 2 of these guns. One of them really loves the 380, which is this one, and the other one won't shoot it at all.
Wow.
So I took it to the highest constriction, the 390, to match what this gun does with the 380. So you really need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now this setup right here is capable of killing a bird every time at 40 yards.
Wow.
But you really need to shoot your gun, load, choke combination, and decide how far you want to shoot this 410. But there's no doubt you're going to kill one every time at 40 yards.
And you talk about lightweight.
Very lightweight,
Yeah.
and no recoil at all.
0.
You know, last year we talked a little bit about, you know, the young kids with the 28 gauge and how it's bringing up. Well, a lot of the older people that are having the shoulder surgeries and don't want to tote a lot around, don't want to walk real far, this gun weighs nothing. I mean, it's nothing to it.
Wow.
And like I said before, there's no recoil. And you dial them in like this, it's a turkey killing machine.
Let's see what it'll do.
All right, let's do it.
Look at there.
Man, I think that did better than Zach's 20 gauge.
Yeah. That's impressive.
That gun likes the 380. I mentioned it earlier. We make the 380, 385, and 390. Reason we do all 3 of those is because your gun's going to want one of them.
Yeah.
And they're so finicky, there's no chance I can tell you which one your gun's going to want.
That's good information right there.
Yeah, and it's very essential because you could take that 385 and you could shoot that gun and you're like, man, this Indian Creek sucks.
Yeah.
But you don't really know that
Yeah.
until you try all 3.
And that's Apex 9.5.
This is Apex 9.5s. We're going to make it a couple clicks left and shoot it again and call her good.
Come on. Well, we decided to split up, and Seth, Reno, and Mike head in one direction, and Stuart and Zach and myself head to another location, a place we've had a lot of success in the past. It's a big pasture, a lot of turkeys hanging around it. There's big roost areas around it. I know where to go. The only problem is it's early season and there's not a lot of foliage. So we ease out into the pasture, find us a good place to set up, put some netting up around us, get the decoys out. I have a little issue with our decoy and the fan falls to pieces. There's really nothing I can do about it. That's the only strutter I had. So we set the decoy up and we kick back and we go to calling. And sure enough, it's not long, and a longbeard shows up to our left. Well, the turkey shows up to our left, and he's not interested at all. He's just out pecking around. He ain't strutting, he ain't gobbling, he ain't doing nothing. And I look at Zach and Stuart, and I said, there's more turkeys than that in here. And we just kept calling. And sure enough, we get some more turkeys fired up. Once again, more turkeys come in behind us. And these turkeys kind of cut around to our right and come in at an angle where we just can't get a shot at them. Well, as they're easing off, I hear turkeys gobble to our left. All right, there's the big group to our left. I get called out, start calling to them, and they answer. And sure enough, it's not long before they enter the field. They're coming. Well, these birds are coming in and they're putting on a show. They're gobbling, they're strutting, they're covering ground, and they're coming to us. And we're just trying to get them in a position where we can pull off a double. All right, y'all ready? All right, in 3, 2. Good shot, boys.
Go up and get them back. I don't know if I hit mine good, but give me 5, buddy. That's a long poke.
Good shooting, boys.
You kidding? That's unreal.
It took some patience this afternoon, didn't it?
More than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
They come a long ways across a big open field, and they took their sweet time strutting, and they were in no hurry.
I didn't pick the best setups this afternoon, but I come to a spot where we've killed birds in the past. Stuart's cussing me, Zach's cussing me because we're sitting in the sun. And we make us a little makeshift blind, we get to calling, and the hen pops out immediately. Then a gobbler comes in behind us. He never makes a sound, and he just drums in behind us for about 30 minutes. Some jakes come out, 2 more longbeards start right. They didn't want anything to do with the decoy either. And as they're coming out, birds gobble over here. And we start yelping to them, and sure enough, they get fired up. They start easing across this field, and they strutted all the way up here, didn't they? You're scared to move, you're scared to breathe, blink.
Had the hen in here for the last hour.
It was a unique hunt. It wasn't your, whoop the decoy kind of hunt, but it was cool nonetheless. They come to the call and the decoy finished them off.
That's what makes it, every hunt's different.
That's right. That's pretty cool to share this with y'all at double. How many doubles y'all had over the years?
Yesterday was our first double ever.
Well, here's number 2.
Number
right.
2.
On 2 beautiful Rios here in South Texas. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you.
Turkey Hunter is also brought to you by Apex Competitions, Indian Creek Shooting Systems, Replica Decoy Company, Foot on the Head Game Calls, Grounded Brand Turkey Vests, Apex Ammunition, and Vortex Optics.
Enter the Apex Outdoor Rewards Turkey Challenge in your state. Over $120,000 in cash rewards. Limited number of entries allowed statewide. Every bird is a possible winner. Reward your passion at apexoutdoorrewards.com.
Well, it's day 2, and Seth has taken Mike and Reno to one of our favorite places, Turkey Hill. And we call it Turkey Hill for a reason. We've killed a lot of turkeys on this knob. It's a high point that rolls off into a big open field, and the turkeys love to come there midday. There's a pivot out there. You killed a pivot bird there last year. Just killed a lot of birds. Seth knows there's gonna be some birds there, and there may be some roosted close.
Well, we snuck in here this morning, Turkey Hill. We're hoping these turkeys are roosted down toward the bottom. So we got about a 200-yard walk to the field. We're gonna hug the edge of the field down, try to get in their bedroom. We've got plenty of cover of darkness, so. All right, let's go.
Well, as it gets light, there's quite a few birds gobbling, but they're all in the distance. There's nothing really close. Seth gets his call out, and he gets to making these birds gobble. And sure enough, it doesn't take long, and one starts progressing. He keeps working, and Seth finally gets him to close the distance enough that he knows he's fixing to make an appearance. Well, he finally makes it to the edge of the field, and when he does, he lays eyes on them decoys, and it's all over but the crying.
Wow.
Oh, Serena. That's what it's all about.
We were set up with the decoys turned right, thinking that they'd be roosted in here, but they were roosted back here behind us up to the left. So we made a move, just switched around on the tree. And my dad blamed us. This one started gobbling down here. And he come all the way across this field strutting. And he got up about 40 yards from the decoys, and I think he might have smelled a rat or something. I don't know. But he committed, went on up there. So that's pretty good, wasn't it? Yes. I'm going to go check him out.
Well, Reno has a turkey down, and Seth knows it's still early, and there's a lot of turkeys around. So he tells Reno go out there and get his bird and swap with Mike, and y'all just sit back down. We're gonna go to calling. Well, Seth goes to working the call, and sure enough, a bird starts gobbling in the same area Reno's bird just came from. It doesn't take long at all, and this bird has covered ground. He's coming, and he makes it to the edge of the field, does the same thing, sees the decoys and starts heading to them, and sure enough, Mike gets that 410 up and gets ready for the shot.
Boy, my
410 did it.
That's right, baby.
Well, I think that turkey's head caught every one of them pellets out of that 410. Needless to say, we're very impressed with that thing.
I'll tell you what, we knew these birds were going to be roosted in here, so we left a little bit early, got in here. It was totally dark, got set up, and they started gobbling, but they were back behind us and to our left.
Yeah.
So we had to switch around on the tree, move the decoys, and I'd be dad blame. One started gobbling down here, and Seth called him right on in, and I took him, and we decided we was just gonna sit back down.
Yeah.
And sure enough, this one started gobbling, and he was behind us. So, but he came right up this edge of this field,
Yeah.
went straight to the decoys.
We had a good setup there, but that was my first turkey with the 410. These little 410s, I mean, they have no recoil and they're light and easy to pack around, and they're just as lethal, you know.
Well, that was about 30-yard shot right
Yeah.
there, and it did a number on him.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful, beautiful birds. I mean, both of them are older birds too.
yeah.
You know, they're
Oh yeah, that was yours. Got some good spurs on him.
yeah. Yours does too.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. What are you gonna do now? You're tagged out.
I think I'm gonna be camp cook now.
Well, our Texas turkey tour is going just as planned, and we ain't even halfway through. Catch us next week. We're still at the Four Seasons Ranch, and things are really gonna start to heat up.